Today on the Worldview Bros, happiness. We discuss what it is and what is a happy life. We're also doing our classic hate and like, and we have an epic Would You Rather coming up today on the Worldview Bros.
Good morning, my fellow human beings. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Worldview Bros. I'm Sal Haran, and this is my brother, Jim, a.k.a. Jimmy Cocoa Puff, a.k.a. Jimbo, a.k.a. Slippin' Jimmy. Jim, how you doing today?
I'm good. You forgot Master and Commander? No? I don't know.
Yeah. Did I tell you already that my I think I've mentioned this already.
Oh, no, you told me. Yeah. Almighty Ruler is
Almighty Ruler is what my Siri calls me.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day with my students. We were talking about what's it called? High Strung, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And we have to get together and watch that again.
I'm afraid that if I showed my students that, they'd all just just stare at me like. No,
that is, you run the risk. It's like I always say, this is a movie that you will either love or you will hate. That's just the way it is. It's a binary, you know.
Yeah.
So, guys, check it out on YouTube. High Strung. I'm telling you, you got to watch it.
It's a great movie.
It's great.
You know, it is a swing or miss for sure.
Yeah.
So today we have a lot of things going on. So excited for today. Thank you for watching our Human Nature series and the rest of our videos. Loved a lot of the comments, a lot of things. We want you guys to check us out on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Check us out on @theworldviewbros. And also email us at theworldviewbros@gmail.com. Send us some questions, you know, if there's something that's really been on your heart, something that's just been burning, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be about what we've been talking about. Maybe it's something that you've just wondered that you want us to answer. We will answer it on one of our episodes. We'll answer it on social media, however we can. We'd love that. We really want to try to answer any questions that you guys have for us.
Yeah.
So we have a lot on the lineup today. We have our hate and like. Excited. We got a fun game of Would You Rather. But first, let's talk about our question of the day, which is, how can we be happy?
Exactly. Yeah. So, and obviously, I guess we should consider even what happiness is. I think a good way to start this question. This is something that kind of blew my mind when I first learned about Aristotle. Mm-hmm. So he uses this kind of Socratic method, right? And so I have a question for you, Sal. What are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? I'm doing this lovely show with you. I'm expressing my thoughts.
Okay. And why are you doing that? Why are you doing that right now?
I'm doing it because I enjoy it. You know, it here we go.
Yeah.
It makes me happy talking about these things.
Okay. I get it.
I like to express myself. So
now, I mean, I want you to consider like really everything you do. I mean, you have a job, obviously. Why do you get up in the morning every day?
Well, I get up because it's time to get up. I got to work. I have obligations. I have commitments. I have a family. You know, I have
No, yeah, let me go with that. So you, when you're working, are you kind of thinking, oh, I'm doing this for my family?
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. What is it that you want to do for your family?
I want to provide for my family. I want to provide for them. I want to enjoy time with them too. I want to grow with my family. Right?
Okay.
I want to have fun with my family. Yeah.
Right. Now, would you consider that is a good thing?
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's good to build relationships. It's good to love. It's good to, spend time with them.
And so, if we go down that road, look, anything you do, like if you get up in the morning and drink a glass of orange juice, why would you do that?
Because you're thirsty or you're hungry or you need the nutrients, or because it's part of your routine maybe, right? Or you need the burst of nice orange juice, the fruitiness in the mornings to get you going, right?
Yeah, I mean, really what I'm trying to get at here is if you consider everything that you do, you can kind of run up the chain of the goals that you're seeking. Like if you're drinking a glass of orange juice, it could be, it's actually a fairly, a more complicated question than you think. I think partly it's like, oh, I just enjoy the taste.
Right.
So the taste is a good thing and I enjoy that good thing. Okay. Or maybe you have another mentality towards it. Maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I need sustenance. Right. And so I'm going to drink this juice. I'm going to eat this delicious Count Chocula cereal because it's going to sustain me throughout the day and I'm going to be able to do my job. Yeah. And that way I'm able to make money.
Yeah, you can look at it in a lot of different ways as to why you're drinking this
right.
cup of orange juice.
No, I know. Yeah. But no matter what it is, you're always seeking some goal. And I would say that goal is something that is good. Yeah. Like some things we do for an end in themselves. We do it because we enjoy the thing itself. Like you enjoy being with your family. Okay. That's absolutely correct. And some things you seek for a higher end, but ultimately you're going up and you're scaling this ladder, So it seems like there could be an ultimate kind of a good, but just to put a finer point on it, I think the example of working is actually a great one because you kind of see the hierarchy of goods,
Right, definitely.
Let me put those two together. Okay. I will have breakfast because I want the higher good of being able to complete my job well. Yeah. Okay. I want to do my job well so that I can get money. Right. And I want this money so that I can provide for my family. And so each time we're seeking a good that was, in a sense, higher than the other, Yeah. And it's certainly true that, being happy and enjoying time with your family, man, that's one of the highest goods I think that we can attain in our life, you know. But even that, it kind of begs the question, or raises the question, do we even do that for a higher thing? And the point is, here's the point. Can you imagine the best thing of all? Okay, imagine the best thing that you can even imagine. What name would you typically give that?
The best thing you can imagine.
The best thing, the best state that you can be in, right? What's your highest aim in life?
Yeah.
I think everybody gives it this particular name. Everybody gives this name to this highest good, the one that's at the top of the pyramid of everything that we do. We call it what?
Happiness.
We call it happiness.
We do.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa, happiness.
Yeah. So, but now, maybe we can look at a few thinkers that might give us some ideas about what would be the best kind of life, or the kind of life that is most conducive to happiness, right? How can we get happiness?
Yeah.
That's the question of the day.
How do we achieve that? What are different ways to to get to that.
Absolutely.
I would love to get into that. But before that, let's get into our next segment, which is our game, Would You Rather. I'm excited.
Would you rather, for 1 full year, have a hook for a hand? So you kind of put a hook on there.
This is for a year?
For a year. Okay. And you have to talk like a pirate all year long. Okay?
Are you just adding that as I'm asking you questions?
No.
Oh, when you have to do this?
No. So
when you have no eyeballs, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask me questions. You don't even necessarily need to dress up as a pirate. The only thing that is for sure that you have to do, you have to have a hook on your hand
and speak like
all year long and speak like a pirate all year long. Okay, so that's option 1. Would you rather do that, or would you rather just for 1 month wear a mermaid tail and everything that you say you have to sing with like an Ariel voice? You know?
You're such a weirdo. Did you think of this as you were like lying in bed and just like,
I thought about it about 45 minutes ago. But
look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
What do you think? So that's just for 1 month.
Oh my gosh.
Because I mean, I knew you would want to go with the pirate, so I didn't make them both 1 year. So I'm making it more enticing.
Okay, here's the thing.
You can ask me questions.
Regarding the pirate thing. Literally every waking moment of my life, I'm speaking like a pirate.
Yeah.
Because I guess the speaking part's not the worst. It's just having a hook as a hand.
That's pretty bad. But I mean, nothing compared to like a mermaid tail.
And everything I'm saying is in song. Everything I'm saying.
Yeah, everything, dude. Everything.
Well, I am a singer. And it's 1 month of my life.
But I mean, think about the repercussions. Like, I think you would probably lose your job unless if they're really nice to you at school. Dude.
Yeah, but if I have a hook as a hand, they're going to be like, you can't, that's a weapon.
Right.
You can't have that. I think I think I'm cutting ties with a lot of people either way. So I think the less detrimental part is I think it's more detrimental when you think about it. A whole year. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just kind of I'd rather just bite the bullet and just go with the month.
Okay.
Maybe you didn't think I was going to go with that?
No, yeah, I mean, I probably made it too extreme. I knew you'd go with the pirate otherwise, but no, I feel like that's the right call. I mean, just 1 month, cut your losses at that point.
I can see somebody picking the year of having a hook.
I mean, because...
What is, speaking like a pirate, it's like, ladies, like this, I guess my voice will get really tired.
Yeah.
Are they British? Are they Australian? Are they...
They're pirates. They're their own thing. I mean, so you get to drink a lot of rum. I don't know. So, but
okay.
All right. So here's the other one. This is just pretty straightforward. Would you rather? Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Or there are like so many remakes of
Right.
Like,
yeah. Concept of like you live in the same day over and over.
Yeah. So just that straight up. So you relive the same day for a whole year. Relive the same day for a whole year or not.
Relive the same day for a whole year?
Yeah. Or not, or forget about it. Like, is that something that you're going to hate or something
is this day like the best day ever?
No, it's ask me questions. It's a normal day. It's like, dude, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, not a Wednesday, that's for sure.
Dude, it's a Wednesday. You had to go into work and just everything normal.
Gosh, man.
Yeah. Or not, or forget about it,
I feel like this is pretty easy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that easy. Think about it.
I guess you could do. Okay, does this cut into my lifespan kind of time or into life?
No, this is like bonus time. So like everything about your body, like your molecules, your atoms, like you're not gonna.
Nothing is happening outside of my time. Outside of this.
It's like we go into a parallel universe that you're gonna relive that same day for a year, and
the next day is the next day. So after that year,
after that year,
the next day after that day.
Exactly, and you'll be aware of everything. Like it's not like you're going to lose consciousness that you're going back in time and reliving the day. Like what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there's pros and cons to living the same day over and over. I think you could do a lot of stuff, and when you think about it, like if I don't know, like you could quit your job one day and go do whatever you want.
That's right. Yeah.
Because the next day you're gonna relive it. So maybe I would actually, for the sake of like, I think it'd be cool to like do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I think I'd want it. I'd try it.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I mean, hey, you have the opportunity to do something weird with time travel. You know?
Exactly.
So, dude, I would like just like read all the books, man.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Like I kind of want to get into computer science. Like that's like one area of knowledge that's always intrigued me because I mean, computer science is about. I was talking about it in class today, so that's why it occurred to me. But it's math problems and it's logic and it's solving problems and but it's something I would never actually get into because I've got physics going on, I've got philosophy going on, so it's just like well
see, I would hope that the day would be like there's a lot of cool like things happening like concert wise or games and things like that or some kind of event. Because it'd be cool to just blow all your money or something and go do that. And the next day, it didn't matter. You you didn't spend that money or something. That day, it'd be funny. It'd be kind of crazy. It's like all of a sudden Nicole would see charge. I'm like, later I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I have to work on the parameters too. But anyway.
No, I think the biggest problem to that question is the fact that no one else is moving forward. It's the same for everyone else.
Okay. Hey, fair enough.
As far as that question again, the question of why do we do what we do?
Yep.
What are some ways? What are some ways that we can achieve happiness?
Right. So the thing about this is that this is something that we actually, this is a question that we can't just approach in like a scientific manner. Okay. This goes back to what it is that makes us human beings, right? That we can analyze and we can think about these moral questions. It's a realm, the realm of what it means to be human is something that is not supposed to be approached in a scientific manner. It needs to be approached with wisdom. Okay. Yeah. And one starting point is to simply ask people, like, what do people think? What do we typically look for when we look for a happy life? Okay. And I think that we have different answers to that. So one obvious thing, and this is like everything that Aristotle talks about. One option, I think, would be pleasure. I mean, think about it, right? Obviously pleasure has something to do with happiness, right?
Right.
So what might we be led to believe? That a life of happiness is a life that's devoted to pleasure, right? This goes back to the whole debate between Epicureanism and Stoicism. Okay, so Epicureanism is a life that you're really just focused on pleasure. Now, objections to that, I think a lot of people are going to say, well, I mean, I guess that seems like an option. But I think most people will say it seems like there's something missing with that, though. Right? What do you think?
I mean, I think I definitely agree that pleasure is a form of happiness per se.
Yeah, or it's tied. It's tied to happiness.
And the crazy thing is that it's probably the one that gets thrown at us the most as far as when it comes to media and it comes to the what is the epitome of a happy and successful man or woman look like?
Right.
Well, someone that has, someone that has it all, someone that has achieved great things in celebrity and, they have, or you kind of getting into the whole part of drugs and sex and all that stuff. I mean, that gets thrown at us so much. And that's tied to happiness, right?
That's right. Like material prosperity, right?
Exactly.
Material prosperity seems like definitely an option. Like door number one, here's a life devoted to material prosperity, to pleasure. Okay.
And I think part of it too is that mindset of pleasure. I think it's so easy for people to fall into that because there's this sense of freedom to it.
Okay.
You know? And they see people kind of see freedom in those pleasures.
Yeah.
When what really, I mean, I don't want to get too into it, but ends up being more oppressive than anything. But I think freedom is a huge thing that people are looking for when it comes to being happy. You know, how do I feel free? How do I feel?
No, that's a good point.
You know,
I think so. Yeah.
So.
But that being the case, though, I still think like vast majority of people are still not okay with that, and for good reason.
Right.
I think. I think one objection I hear when I talk about this sometimes is, well, what do you mean by happiness? I mean, maybe you mean more like fulfillment. You know, maybe that's actually what you're looking for, and fulfillment is not necessarily something that we think of just like some kind of a material pleasure. Okay. Yeah. But we know that we feel some kind of fulfillment, like in our work, in our family, things like this. But what do you think about honor? Do you think people seek for honor? Because I think people seek for honor as a good, right? Yeah,
no, definitely. I think people are looking to feel important, looking to feel. Because when I think of honor, I do think of like, well, how are you important? Like, how do you weigh into my life, or how like, what weight do you bring to our relationship or our friendship or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of honoring somebody, and I think everyone's looking for that. Anyone is looking to feel important or to feel like they matter.
No, right. And by honor, I also kind of mean like praise that we get. So
right, yeah.
It's my belief actually that 90% of the actions that we take so often in life, like when we're not thinking, we do them because of how we think other people are going to react to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even if it's coming from a good place or if it's coming from a bad place, like I mean, think about when you were in high school, like why would you do something? I don't know.
A lot of decisions are based off of that.
Yeah, like what the other kids are going to say about me. So, or if we think that something is right or wrong, very often we think something is right or wrong based on what other people think and what other people will judge us by. You know, an example might be. Or even something trivial like what you're wearing. Like, you know, I remember that, like, we would go out on in the weekend with the friends in high school, and like you had to wear certain clothes. Like it could be like if you're wearing like these, I don't know, people say like mom jeans, you know, like if you're wearing these weird jeans, like old fashioned. No, but so you know.
Yeah, no, I mean I get what you're saying. Yeah, so it's like. I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, if we get into that, it's kind of you wear things at different places.
But what are you seeking? Like when you're doing these actions, you're seeking the good opinion of other people.
Right.
Right. But
or approval.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Kind of you want people. You want to kind of basing how you feel off of exactly the way people see you or think about you. You know?
Right. But so. To me, that's really, I think, the divide, though, when it comes to when we consider the lives that we can live that seem to lead to happiness. On the one case, we have looking for pleasure. On the other hand, we have looking for honor, for virtue. Yeah. Okay. Now,
fulfillment.
Fulfillment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what I think, though, is there's a third thing to look for, right? And this is what Aristotle says. He says you can look for a life of pleasure, or you can look for a life of virtue, or you can look for a life of contemplation.
Yeah.
Okay. And by contemplation, he means it's kind of like he describes it as the philosophic life. So the life that's lived according to truth. Okay. So I remember always just being conflicted by these. Like, which one is it? Is it this pathway or this pathway or that pathway? And let me know what you think. I think that actually the third one, the contemplative part, or the part that has to do with truth, I think it actually tends to inform the others, right? Mm-hmm. So, for instance, even when it comes to pleasures, there's no question that if we simply blindly go with what's pleasing, we know where we're going to end up, right? Like, if you simply listen to just the reaction of your body, like, oh, that's pleasing. Like, I feel like we'll probably end up in a ditch somewhere with like needles in our arms and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the point is, what if you let truth inform what is truly pleasurable, right? Yeah. So, for instance, what's actually more pleasurable to, like, I don't know, just eat a bunch of junk food every day? Like, maybe it's kind of, oh, this is delicious in the moment, or kind of like eating healthily for like a whole year and like taking care of your body, even though it can be painful at the time. But then it's like, you know, being able to do everything well and to be in good health, right? Yeah.
Well, I think to me, when you start to talk about that, where my brain goes, it's kind of, and I'm a very, I'm this way. I'm of instant gratification kind of person, you know? And so when you're thinking of that instant gratification, especially when it comes to happiness or it comes to pleasure or just fulfillment in any way or whatever, you know, then you want it right then and now, you know?
Exactly.
Rather than like when you think of kind of the picture of like taking care of your body and that, and if you think of it that sense, it's like the bigger picture, you know, the ends is just so much greater.
That's
you
right.
know? And I mean, yes, when you think about it, I want to be happier in the long run than I want to do in that moment.
That's right.
Right. So it's kind of like, well, how do I get in this mindset to be able to make the decisions that have, you know, a better ends?
Sure.
You know.
No, yeah. And so my point is, like, when we think about how we have to think, how we need to direct our pleasures in a way that's more far-seeing, in a way that just doesn't leave us in a ditch.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So truth can inform pleasure. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, I think it's also fair to say that, okay, fine, let's say that I live a perfectly healthy life. Let's say that I eat the right things. Let's say that I'm paying attention to all these pleasures and that I'm doing them in a right way. I still feel like that leaves us with what? With healthy bodies.
Right, exactly.
Okay, yeah. So basically a happy life is a life of fatted cattle, you know? That, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So this is why we're not satisfied with simply the pleasure. That's why I think most of us go to, no, okay, I mean, pleasures are fine, but actually I want the good opinion of other people.
Right, yeah.
I want to do something in my life where people say, hey, you know, that guy's doing it right. Yeah. Like, he's doing it right.
Praise, approval.
Praise, absolutely. And here's my question for you. What praise do you value the most? What if, you know, not to be like judgmental, but like there's a guy, you know, and he's like a jerk, you know, like just a bad person. And like that person praises you. Like you do something, it's like, oh, well done, Sal. Like, do you value his praise a whole lot?
Well, no, and that's someone I don't know, obviously.
Okay. Right. I mean, think about like when you've been, I don't know about you, but for me, some of the times in life when I've been the happiest is getting praise from someone I know is like an awesome person.
Right.
You know? Right. Yeah. I think of, you know, obviously with my parents, but like, a professor that I really admire in college, right? Yeah. Like if he gives me like a kudos, like, oh man, that's a great point. You really thought well about that. I'm like, oh yes, thank you.
Definitely.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, not to get too touchy-feely, I've had that moment with you before, you know?
Okay.
Definitely when I was in high school. I think when early on, kind of before, like, I think it was kind of a time where we were becoming... Well, no, I guess by high school we were kind of already like closer, like friends and stuff. Do you remember you gave that like that speech kind of thing for me at So it was the random thing. It was like at Jason's church.
Yeah.
And I was part of the banquet with them because I was part of, I was not really in the youth group, but I was with them. I just did a lot of things with them. They wanted to honor me at the thing. And I thought that was really cool, because we'd never really had a conversation about how we felt about each other that way.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like you were given a platform to do that,
Right.
And I remember just like thinking, like, I was like, wow, like I haven't even heard Jim talk like this about me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've had that moment. And I think of also just people throughout my school career, college career, and just feeling like, wow, like, I am doing the right thing, or I am on track. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I know for me, it kind of starts to take a turn a little bit. Okay. And it's like I think that's a great thing. I think it's good to affirm people. I think it's fine to want that. It's fine. Yes. It's okay. But there is a moment where then it kind of takes a turn. Yes. And it takes a turn for the worst, and the fact of like it's what sustains you.
And that's the point. Mm-hmm. If you kind of seek for that honor just for the sake of the honor, it seems like you can end up in a ditch somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Come back to that with the needles all over me.
Yeah. So you need something to rescue you from that. You need something to guide your legitimate desire for good honor and for praise in the right way.
Which is kind of going back to Aristotle's point of truth.
Exactly.
Guiding us. Yeah.
Exactly. So dang, I mean,
too important to give up on.
Hey, that's already two times. That's already two times that truth rescued us from a ditch, dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so pleasure can't just run rampant. Yeah. Honor or virtue isn't actually in and of itself. It has to be informed by the truth. Mm-hmm. So that's see. Here's the thing: we have this desire for justice. We have this desire to do. We are moral beings. That's ultimately what it means to be human, or it's tied to what it is to be human. Yeah. That we're able to make these moral decisions, right? So if it's uninformed, though, it's going to be lacking. So ultimately, I think this is where, and we're going to continue to pursue this question in the future, mm-hmm. right? But the point is, I believe that our desire is ultimately then for that truth. Yeah. And so I feel like that desire is going to is always going to be unsatisfied mm-hmm. until it finds the fulfillment in truth. Yeah. I mean, I think I mentioned this before, but that this desire, right, Sal? I mean, it when it hits you like a ton of bricks. Yeah. That you want to know the truth about things. Yeah. I feel like that's what I'm kind of looking for more than anything. Right. Right. And as long as I don't find the truth of all things, I'm going to keep seeking. Yeah. And I'm going to be uncomfortable until I find that. Yeah. And I don't really, orange juice is delicious, and even Count Chocula is pretty great. And I like it when my professor says something good about me. Yeah. But more than anything, I want the truth. Yeah. Right.
No, definitely. And I think I want to paint the picture again of mm-hmm. like going back to the instant gratification versus kind of the long haul, right? Mm-hmm. And I think yes, like I don't think happiness really looks that it doesn't. There's more to it, like you said. There's more to it, even beyond like you said, the analogy of just working out, just being healthy, just being right. a good person. Yeah. But I think about it, our regular day-to-day lives. We talked about what we do, we work because it's for the good of our families, right? Yeah. And that's a good thing. I think there's truth in that. I think that it's very virtuous. It's good. It's a good thing, having a family and loving your family. But I think it's funny, though, because there's still this sense of, I don't know how to, maybe like it's very monotonous. Like you're doing the same thing every day. You're going to work. Yeah. Right?
Well, it's incomplete, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. But no, what I'm saying is that even when you are seeking truth, there is like a routine to it. There is there is still kind of like, there's not a whole lot of instant gratification to it.
Yeah.
So it still takes work, you know? And I think about it because like, I think of my job and, you know, I like teaching and I enjoy it, but I mean, like anybody, you know, there's days I'm like, I just don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I'm like, I'd rather just live a day where I'm seeking truth in a different way. Right?
Yeah.
But you're not. Like, you have to find a way to be able to constantly seek that in the routine.
In the day-to-day.
Day-to-day
okay.
Life. I'm trying, and I hope I'm not getting into something completely different, but I think that even then, I think it's a matter of like really practicing. Practicing, what does it look like, you know, to find that truth, that happiness in your day-to-day life. Let's get into our hate and like. Jim,
right.
We got our hate.
Yes. Okay. Sal, this is not self-serving, I promise. Okay.
I like my hate. I'm more excited about the hate stuff. I feel like a grumpy dude, like a grumpy old man.
No, I'm usually more excited about the thing that I like. Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe we should just do that all the time. You do things you hate, and I do things I don't know. No, but I have a good one.
No, I'm excited about my like though.
Okay.
I am.
Okay. So this is not self-serving, but I hate it when the teacher is disrespected. Okay, or when people are not listening to the teacher. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not even talking about myself. Like if my students aren't listening to me.
Is this a
no, really, no. I don't even take it like personally.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having issues, like they're not listening to me, I'll be like, oh man, like I need to work on that with them. You know, like that's on me.
Yeah.
That I've lost control of my classroom. You know,
Yeah.
No, seriously, like I'm actually panicked that maybe an administrator is going to come in like, hey, you're not taking care of business. You know? No, but no, I'm talking about like when I'm a student, like I remember just going back to college, going back to high school.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And like I'm the guy who's like sitting there and I'm just looking around like, guys, like come on, guys.
Stressful, yeah. Everyone's like talking, like especially if like they're trying to like that moment, like the teacher comes in, and they're talking, and everyone's just still like that distracted, or they're
like do people not notice that like we're gonna get started? He's gonna get angry. Guys, come on. No,
guys.
No, but Sal, I feel that way at church too, though, because no, seriously, like
I feel this way too.
Our service used to start like at 10 sharp. Okay. And for some reason, like in the past, like, and everybody would still be like saying hi and stuff like that, like shuffling in, you know, and but then our pastor changed it. I don't know exactly how it went, but changed it to like 10. I think the logic was like, okay, you know, we'll kind of get started and give some time. But you know what that did? It just kind of pushed it back a little bit. So 10:10 starts, and I see my pastor getting on the pulpit. You know, I'm like, okay, guys, like you see, he's up there, right? Like we're gonna get started pretty soon. And I'm just like, please, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm just looking forward. You know? No, seriously, I get.
You should just stand up and be like, shut up.
Yeah, dude, I get so nervous for the teacher, for the pastor.
No,
like, I can't stand it.
I don't know what it is, but I think literally every single person, like all of us and our siblings, feel this way. We feel nervous for other people.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I feel the same way. I know.
Okay. So I don't know. So you agree with me then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. So what's your thing?
Oh, okay. My like. So it's a music related again. I like music. And that's it. I like music. No, just kidding. So, when it comes to saying my favorite whatever, to me, the question, what is your favorite whatever is a very stressful question.
That's true.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh man.
What's your favorite food? What's your favorite song?
Dude, you're so right. Yeah.
But interestingly enough, did I say that right? If you were to ask me my favorite music group or my favorite band, it's easy.
Oh, really?
It is. Boom.
Oh, Need to Breathe?
Need to Breathe. Need to Breathe is my favorite band.
Okay.
And here's the thing: it's not just because they have great music. I love their music. You know, it's also because just the guys in the band are just really great guys. They're awesome people, and I'm going to clear something up for Need to Breathe here. You know, I'm sure a lot of people do it, and I've heard both Bear and Bo Reinhardt. There's the two brothers. Okay, so if you don't know about Need to Breathe, there's 5 guys in the band. You know, and 2 of them are brothers. Grew up in South Carolina, and so. Something I'm going to clarify is that, yes, these guys are obviously Christian guys. They're Christian guys. But they're not necessarily a Christian. When I'm saying Christian in that way, I mean the style of music.
Right.
Where it's like they're not a worship band. They're not a strictly like Christian style music band.
Okay.
Right? They have songs that are they've won Dove Awards. You know, they have songs like Multiplied, where this is totally a Christian. I mean, they even say God in the song.
Okay.
But then they have other songs like I Met a Girl Named Tennessee. You know what I mean? Like, they're just a band that writes good music.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I like them. I love them because they're just really cool guys. They seem like guys you'd want to hang out with. You know, and you hear it in their music, like. There's one song in particular that like has really struck a chord in my life, and it's called Wasteland. And this whole album that they did a few years ago is probably their most popular album. And I know you've heard a couple songs from it.
Yeah, no, I like it.
And basically, a lot of these songs come from this like struggle that they had. They had a really hard time as a band, whether they were going to continue. Oh. You know, a lot of it came from like the discord between the 2 brothers, you know, and it seems like it's a completely different relationship than like we have, you know, but I think it was because they're closer in age.
Oh,
you know?
right. Yeah.
But anyways, it's really cool. This song is the album title Wasteland, Rivers, because the name of the album is Rivers in the Wasteland. Okay. And, it's this idea of, you know, rivers, right? Exactly what it is. You know, kind of finding hope, finding that like light in the darkness and the hard times. And I can put up even just a small little clip of the chorus that you can hear, which is just really cool. And it's in this wasteland where I'm living. There's a light in the door. There's a door filled oh my gosh, it's like if I'm not singing it, right? You know, this wasteland where I'm living, there is a crack in the door filled with light, and it's all that I need, you know, to get by. You know, it's all that I need to have hope, right? Wow. It's like there's this crack, and that I could just barely see, and that's enough. That's enough, you know. And just, I remember when I saw them for the first time in concert live, like I was in tears just thinking that, like, wow, this is powerful, and like their ability to write that and be able and be on the platform to share that is really, really cool. Wow. And so I'm very passionate about it. You know, I've gone a little long with it, but I love this band, and I like that song in particular too. So.
No, I love that imagery. It reminds me, you know, one image similar to that kind of brings me to tears too is when I think of Sam in the Lord of the Rings when they're in Mordor, and you know this is when like Frodo I think had gone asleep or something, and it's like the worst right now, right? Yeah. And he looks up into the sky and he sees a star, and it just like it gives him hope. He's like, oh wow, look at that star. Far away from any of this evil, that star is untouched by this evil. at least I know that somewhere there is beauty that nothing can mar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's so cool. I wanted to say something earlier about this, you know, and you talked about beauty. You mentioned beauty just now. And I think that beauty lots of times gets thrown into like a cliche, or gets thrown into like this like thought of like it's beneath, like it's superficial. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, but beauty, when it's at its finest form, you know, is a direct tie into that truth, a direct tie into the good that we're talking about, that we're going towards, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, and I talked to you a little bit about a blog post that I wrote for Wilderness Expeditions, and how there's moments that I remember that I've experienced, like being above the clouds, like on a ridge of a mountain, you know. And it's not good. It's not just good because it's like, oh, this is pretty. This is beautiful. No. It's deeper rooted beauty. When I'm saying this is beautiful, I'm saying this is, I mean, just outstanding. This, I don't know how. There's not even words for it.
No,
you know
dude.
I mean?
You know,
it digs into the soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, like, spoiler alert. You know what beauty is? Beauty is what we love.
Yeah.
Beauty is what we're desiring. It's what we're seeking. And what is it that we're seeking? We're seeking happiness.
Yeah.
And what informs happiness? The truth.
Yeah.
You know what beauty is? It's the truth. And you know what truth is? Truth is beauty.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what it gives us? It gives us happiness.
It gives us happiness.
Dude, it's all tied together.
Oh my God. Right. But I mean, again, like when I said how like beauty gets twisted, I mean, anything gets twisted. So yes, I would say that when you're looking for beauty or searching for beauty in the wrong ways, then it's poisonous.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Absolutely.
You know? Especially when you get into the bad habit of, like I was saying, that instant gratification.
Of course.
You know, if I put these clothes on, if I say this or do this, like, are people going to think I'm beautiful? Or people are going to think that this is cool? You know.
Absolutely. But we're out of time, so. Yeah. Dude, this is great. We'll continue this conversation next time.
Yeah. Right? Thank you so much for joining the Worldview Bros. Leave us a comment. Leave us subscribe to our channel. You know, give us a like on Facebook. Go to our Twitter. Check out what we have to say. Okay, guys, we really, 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 really want your opinion. Okay. Yep. Before we go, we have some shout outs. We got some shout outs. Again, if you comment on our page, we'll try to catch comments anywhere. But typically on our YouTube channel, then you'll get a shout out. So bear with me on these names, okay? So we're going to go through shout outs. Here we go. Shout out to John Shobe, Sophia Renstra, shout out to Quattrell Hooker, Fun Time with Toys, Demigod Sass, okay, Vertex, Angel, let's see, shout out to Jennifer Nunez, shout out to Maria Lugo, shout out to Not Nook 7, shout out to, let's see, China's World, Heidi Amaya, Alfredo Cervantes, Sunderlust, and there we go.
Sunderlust sounds kind of cool. Sunderlust, I like
Sunderlust.
Yeah, okay.
I like that. Cool. Awesome, guys. So, yeah, leave a comment. Also, another thing we need to, if you're a podcast person, check us out on Podbean and look us up on the Worldview Bros. We're working out on getting it to iTunes. I know a lot of people have access to iTunes, and that's easier. But for right now, look us up on Podbean while we're getting that, troubleshooting that. Yeah. So, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. And remember, truth is too important to give up on, guys. Thank you. See you next time.
All right, here we go. Today on the Worldview Bros, happiness. No. Dude, I can't do this. Ow, my head. Oh.
All right, go.
I'm just going to do it, Today on the Worldview Bros. No, I got it. Dude, stop judging me.
I'm not judging you.
Okay. Okay. Today
on the world.
Today. I can't do it anymore.